5, 3, 2, 1. Good evening, welcome. Thank you for joining us. This is the Marion City Council meeting Thursday, October 17th, 2024. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Roll call, please.
Mr. Jensen,
Here.
Mr. Harper,
Here.
Mr. Miskman,
Here.
Mayor Abawasley,
Here.
Ms. Menser, here, Mr. Brandt, Mr. Sterned.
Here. Thank you. This time we have our moment of silence. Okay, thank you. We don't have any proclamations or presentations this evening. We begin with our first public forum, which is a time that is set aside for comments from members of the public on any topic that is listed on the agenda but not associated with a public hearing. If anyone is here to address the council on any topic that is not on the agenda, there will be a time at the end of the meeting for that. So at this time, before we take public comments for this first public forum, I'd like to review our rules of procedure for public comments. There are yellow cards at the end of the table near the door. Please complete the card and hand it to the city clerk when you come forward to speak. If you have anything to hand out to the city council, please do not approach the dais, but hand the materials to the city clerk. You're encouraged to state your name and your group affiliation, if any. Please limit comments to 5 minutes per person. Please do not repeat any information that is shared by other speakers before you. Please do not engage in conduct or speech that is imminently threatening or that incites violence or which is obscene. Please avoid disparaging any individual. Keep the comments to the topic at hand. Please avoid, like I said, repeating comments or points made by other people. People who are speaking or attending the meeting should not engage in conduct that disrupts the orderly progress of the meeting or engage in speech or conduct that interferes with other people's ability to participate in the meeting. And failure to adhere to these guidelines may result in removal from the meeting. We appreciate everyone observing these guidelines. And we'll proceed with the first public forum, which is a time that is again set aside for comments on topics that are on the agenda but not part of a public hearing. Anyone who's here to address council, please come forward. Okay, seeing that no one is coming forward, we will close this part of the meeting and proceed to the consent agenda.
Mayor, I move to approve the consent agenda as follows. Items A1 through E4, which is resolution 32107 to 32128.
Second. It's been moved by Mayor Pro Tem, seconded by Councilmember Harper to approve the consent agenda as presented. Items A1 through E4, resolutions 32107 through 32128. Discussion. I do have a point of discussion on C1. I think this is an important item that it just bears recognizing the importance of it and the work and time that it's taken to get to this point. This is a memorandum of understanding with Atlas LP Company LLC and Atlas Building Company LC regarding the city's acquisition of real estate from those companies for the future Marion Aquatic Center and authorizing the payment of $1 million for that purchase. This has been the result of a lot of time and a lot of work. This process began nearly a decade ago, and with the development of our Parks Master Plan, and continued through with the efforts of the Imagine Next community visioning process. The current concept came out of that process. It took a lot of community engagement, a lot of community input, as well as professional input, consultants, and a lot of staff time to arrive at the current plan and design for this future landmark, in my opinion, for our city, and that's going to set us apart from other communities even further. This water park style aquatic center. Huge thanks go to everyone who's been involved, especially our city administrators, our assistant city administrator, is that or deputy city? Which one is it? Deputy city administrator, Kim and Ryan, Seth, of course, and the parks team, our city attorney, Kara, everyone else, all the council, of course, for being supportive and taking the community vision and endorsing it and encouraging the forward movement of this project and to make sure that it does proceed forward. Our community will have the opportunity to further have more input on the plans as we begin the referendum process that we intend to undertake in November of 2025. And we just encourage everyone to continue being involved and engaged in this process as we proceed forward. And I have no doubt that at the end of the day, the community will work together and reach higher to make this project a reality. And as I said, another landmark and point of pride for our community. So thanks for bearing with me for those comments. But if anyone else has any comments on the consent agenda, go ahead.
Well, just on that particular item, and I'm glad that you stopped us and provided the comments that you did. This $1 million, this is the actual expenditure of this, and Seth, check me out if I'm wrong on this understanding, but the actual expenditure of this is dependent upon a successful public referendum. So this is in essence a down payment, if you will, but we get that back if the referendum is not successful, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, all right.
So, yeah, this item on the agenda is to enter into the memorandum of understanding with the landowners so that we can have the land reserved. But the expenditure wouldn't happen unless the community approves the project. So, yeah, right, yeah. Okay, anything else to add on that? Okay. All right, there's no further comments on the consent agenda. We'll vote. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved. For the next section, I will turn over the meeting to the Mayor Pro Tem.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve the consent agenda with Mayor Abelossi's abstention as follows. This will be items D1 through resolution, item D1, resolution number 32129.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda with Mayor Abelossi's abstention as follows. It is item D1, which is resolution 32129. Any discussion? All right. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion carries with one abstention. Back to the mayor.
Mayor, I move to approve ordinance number 24-14, amending various sections of the Marion Code of Ordinances, including section 126-98 related to housing code and chapter 181 relating to human rights and fair housing, and this is the second consideration.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve ordinance number 24-14, amending various sections of the Marion Code of Ordinances, including section 126-98 relating to housing code and chapter 181 relating to human rights and fair housing. Discussion? All those in favor of ordinance number 24-14, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. Motion is approved.
Your Honor, I move to approve ordinance number 24-16, amending chapter 24, article 3 of the Marion Code of Ordinances regarding the fire department. This is our initial consideration.
Second.
Moved and seconded to approve ordinance number 24-16, amending chapter 24, article 3 of the Marion Code of Ordinances regarding the fire department. Discussion? Okay, all those in favor of ordinance 24-16, please say aye. All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved. The next item is a public hearing regarding sanitary sewer, trunk line, project number 7. We'll open the public hearing and ask for any presentation from our city engineer.
Yes, Your Honor. This is the public hearing for segment 7 that we're calling it. So this is in Wanatee Park. This project, we did receive $150,000 from the Lynn County ARPA as part of this project, but this is from the HER study that we had, and this is a portion of our main that needs to be upsized from a 15 to an 18 so that we can continue to have development in that area. We did receive 6 bids. The low bid came from Pierce Tobin at $300,944.15, which was 76.7% of the engineer's estimate. Has a substantial completion date of 5/30/25 with a final completion of 6/30/25, which complies with the ARPA regulations, and then liquidated damages of $500 per day. And we are recommending proceeding with the project.
Okay, the public hearing is now open. If anyone is here to address council on this measure, please come forward. Either in favor or in opposition, please come forward. Okay, seeing no one's coming forward, we'll ask the staff if we've received comments outside the meeting.
I have not received any.
Mike?
We have no.
Okay, please note that for the record. We'll close the public hearing and proceed.
Mayor, I move to approve the project calendar regarding the sanitary trunk sewer project 7 as follows. Resolution 32130 to 32131.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the project calendar for the sanitary trunk sewer project number 7, including resolution 32130 through 32131. Discussion?
Yeah, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Mike, just could you again restate where this work will be done? In Wanatee Park?
Yeah, so if you can see Highway 100 along the north side there, and then Big Blue Stream Drive is the main drive that you get in there. So the project itself, there used to be a line of trees. If the mouse shows up along here, so it's just north of where those trees come in. So we have a sanitary main that actually goes underneath this now wetland. And so instead of having our sewer underneath a pond, we're moving it to the north. Cut down on infiltration.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea. All right, thanks.
Any other discussion or questions? All those in favor of approving? Oh, that's right. Yeah. All of those in favor of the motion to approve the project calendar regarding sanitary trunk sewer project number 7, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. Okay, the motion is approved. Thanks, Mike.
Mayor, move to approve ordinance number 24-15, approving an extension of ordinance number 23-26 related to commercial development moratorium for uses along portions of Tower Terrace Road, Highway 13, and the Central Corridor zoning districts. This will be the second consideration.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve ordinance number 24-15, approving an extension of ordinance number 23-26 related to commercial development moratorium for uses along portions of Tower Terrace Road, Highway 13, and Central Corridor zoning districts. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor of approving ordinance number 24-15, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules and proceed to the final consideration of ordinance number 24-15 regarding an extension of ordinance number 23-26 related to the commercial development moratorium.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to suspend the rules and proceed to the final consideration of ordinance number 24-15. Any discussion on suspending the rules and moving to the final consideration? Okay, all those in favor of suspending the rules, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. The motion is approved.
Your Honor, I move to approve ordinance number 24-15, approving an extension of ordinance number 23-26 related to commercial development moratorium for uses along portions of Tower Terrace Road, Highway 13, and the Central Corridor zoning districts. This is our final consideration.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve ordinance number 24-15, final consideration, approving the extension of ordinance number 23-26 related to the commercial development moratorium for uses along portions of Tower Terrace Road, Highway 13, and the Central Corridor zoning districts. Discussion on the final consideration of ordinance 24-15. Okay, all those in favor of the final approval of ordinance number 24-15, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved. Next item is a public forum, which is a time to address council on any topic, whether or not it's on the agenda. If anyone's here to address council, please come forward. Okay, seeing no one's coming forward, we will close this part of the agenda and proceed to council comments. We'll start with Councilmember Sternad.
Thank you, Your Honor. I don't have any comments, but thank you.
Okay.
No, I would just say go, I guess my only one is go Cyclones, the only team in the country, or only school in the country right now with 3 teams in the top 10. So let's just, it might not last past this weekend. I probably just jinxed it, but on that note, a moment in time.
Enjoy it.
Yes.
None for me this week.
Well, obviously, what Sarah said, I concur wholeheartedly.
All right. Steve.
2 weeks from tonight, we have Halloween. So watch out for the kiddies. Let's hope we have some nice weather for them. And I'm excited tomorrow. We have the Falladays or Falladays, however you want to pronounce that, out at Law Park. And it is nice to see that they're finally going to have some nice weather. And hopefully they don't have to wear all their winter hats, gloves, and everything else just to keep warm. So the last 2 years have been rough on them. So glad to see they're going to have some nice weather for that. So show up tomorrow. That's 9 to 2.
Okay, for my part, I have quite a list here. But on the Halloween topic, there is trick or treating at City Hall, right? So I can't wait to see what Ryan comes up with this year for a costume. We hope the community all comes out for that. I just want to reiterate again and say, Kim and Seth and Ryan and everyone who worked on this aquatic center project, getting us to this point, the amount of work it's taken and the challenges, we're not small. And so you must feel really good and you should feel really good about it. We're proud of your work. So thank you. Since the last meeting, I got to participate in the tailgate in the park at Love Park. It was never on my bucket list, but I now have checked off spaghetti eating contest for Giordano's 40th anniversary. Steve was my cheering section. I want to thank him. Everybody was cheering for somebody else who I think was a professional eating contest participant, but Steve was there, Mayor Nick.
It was not pretty. I'm just telling you.
So anyway, it's hard for me to say no to these things, but we had fun. I had the chance to have lunch with Mayor O'Donnell, and that was very nice. We got to talk about a lot of different topics, things that our communities are working on and should be working on together. The bridge looks beautiful. That to me is a really monumental and important project to recognize, because that's in my memory, of having done this a long time. That was one of the first times where we said, let's slow down, let's go back to the drawing board, let's reach higher for the community. We had some sort of, okay designs presented, and the council at the time, I and Jill Ackerman expressed reservations, and we thought we could do better. We engaged a artist, and we see what we have here today. And I just kind of want to use that as an example of what we can achieve when we do think bigger, reach higher, think bigger, make that extra effort, not be afraid to say, let's slow down and do it the right way, because we get one chance to do it the right way. Our community will be driving under that and walking on it and looking at it, going in and out of Marion, and the whole region will, for decades to come. And so I think it was an important project, and it just stands out in my mind because that was one of the first times where I felt like we are reaching higher. We're doing what we say we do, and I'm really proud of that. Yes, sir.
And the ribbon cutting for that is next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday at 6 o'clock is the ribbon cutting, 6:30. So we invite the whole community to join us for that. So as we light the lighted features. I did have a chance to go to Linmar and to visit with the Spectrum Club students, and had a very nice conversation with them. Yesterday, I attended the Active Older Adults Appreciation Week event at the Y, and got to speak to a group of older adults. That was a really nice, engaging conversation. Congratulations again to the fire department and the entire city on the sesquicentennial anniversary of our fire department. That was a very nice event, really well attended, very well put together, and just another proud moment for our community. So congratulations again to everybody. Council members Jensen and Ms. Kimmen and I went to St. Joe's Church, St. Joe's School earlier this week, and served lunch in honor of National Hot Lunch Week. And that was a fun time.
Good.
And Gage ended up doing dishes.
Yep. Got wet.
Tomorrow I'll be reading in 8 classrooms for America Reads Day. I'll also be talking to the Marion Leadership in Action class tomorrow afternoon.
Hang out with me.
And we've been seeing an uptick in interest from developers and people from wider area who are seeing the potential in Marion. And ultimately that's good, because we get new ideas infused and new vision, and people want to be part of our momentum, and it's been fun. But we've been receiving these people who have an interest in hearing what the potential is in Marion and showing them around the community. I did a tour this afternoon with one, and invariably they're so impressed with what we're all doing and the direction that the community is headed in. So, and finally, we're still raising money for the Plaza project. We are well over the $1 million mark for the capital campaign, but if anyone is so inclined or knows of someone who would like to be part of that project, please send them our way. With that, thank you all for everything you do. And we have a closed session.
Mayor, I move to adjourn to closed session regarding real estate transactions as permitted under section 21.5I1J of the Code of Iowa.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. to adjourn to closed session regarding real estate transactions as permitted under 21.51J of the Code of Iowa. May we have the legal counsel statement, please?
Thank you, Your Honor. I have reviewed the proposed subject matter for the closed session and find the same to be appropriate under Iowa Code Section 21.51J.
Thank you. Any discussion before we vote? Okay, all of those in favor of adjourning to, I'm sorry, roll call. Yes,
Mr.
thank you.
Jensen,
Yes.
Mr. Harper,
Yes.
Mr. Mistaken,
Yes.
Mayor Abalossi,
Yes,
Ms. Menzer,
Yes.
Mr. Sternett.
Yes.
thank you. We're adjourned to closed session.